glasses. Ballroom is here.
We are back.
This is the home of legendary performances.
Action.
Y'all look like Grammys.
So, you want to meet Milan?
Those other houses are big and bold. To be royal, the color is gold.
Elijahrenze back with another video. Today I have the honor and the pleasure interviewing my opinion, who should have lasted farther in the competition from the House of Milan. It's Tysaun, right?
Yeah, Tysaun.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Details.
One more time.
I said, do you want to introduce yourself? Give it details. Where people can hit you up on Instagram, social media.
I am Tysaun Milan. I'm from the House of Milan. My Instagram is Tysaun W. My Twitter is Tysaun W. Those are my two social media handles.
Okay, so first things first. What is the journey getting to Legendary? I know certain shows, you audition, you get called. Like, how do you get to be a part of the Legendary cast?
So basically, the Legendary audition is open to every participant of Ballroom. So it's not restricted to only Voguers. It's not restricted to people who only walk one category. So basically, every member that was eligible to walk. Well, being that it was COVID, there was a restriction to getting international people over. So it was mostly based off of the people in the United States for this season.
Okay. So because I know some houses that was there were new. So if you because I saw Alora, there's some people who never walked. So could you join Legendary without being a Ballroom house first, or you have to be an established house first?
You can. They as I said, they didn't put any restriction on who could apply. You could be a 007 and apply. But you had stronger chances of getting on the show if you were in a Ballroom house. I feel like just because you didn't walk a ball doesn't mean you're inexperienced. There are people that haven't walked balls that are insane in certain categories. That would be insane for certain categories, for voguing and for runway and stuff like that.
Right. Now, leading up to it, I know some shows don't showcase how you lead up to the performances. Because we see it's an episode or 2 episodes a week. Do they film one ball a week, or is it multiple balls a week?
It's one ball a week. Up until when it started being less houses, that's when they started filming more balls back to back.
Okay. No, I don't know if you can answer all these questions because I know some people on contracts and everything, but when you're there, are you allowed to use your phones? Is it strict hotel rules? Because certain shows have different policies.
So we couldn't, because of COVID, we couldn't be in contact with each other. And, just for competition purposes, you can't really speak to the other contestants, so it was kind of difficult because I knew so many people on the show, but we would see each other in passing and stuff like that. And we would show each other love and stuff like that because in essence it's Ballroom. So, we're always going to show each other love no matter what. I mean, we get 1,000 tests a day, 1,000 tests a week just to make sure we're all good. I'm going to hug my fellow Ballroom brother or sister.
Exactly. Agreed. Now, for the episodes itself, when they choose houses, because I know the Divine Nine, the frat colleges, Sigmas, there's alphas all over the country. So for a house like Mugler and Balenciaga, is the 5 people that's chosen, are they in the same house in their state, or they picked from different parts of the country?
As I said before, it was open to anybody in the United States area, so everybody applied. Everybody, I think 45 members from my house applied. And I guess the producers really picked who they wanted. You know, like, and the producers picked, and then they had, like, they slimmed down the selection of who you could pick from.
Oh, okay. Because, like, as a viewer, like, I would think, like, y'all from the same city, y'all from the same house. So it's like, it's kind of cool, like, the way they do it. It's like, I like the way they do it. But
well, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was they took into consideration, like, what, like, if the house parent wanted certain people, they took the people into consideration.
Oh, okay. When it comes to, you know, your house performing Legendary, do you think your elimination was justified?
No, not at all.
I want to hear your opinions before I say mine. What did you think about your elimination and how, like, everything went down?
I feel like there were other they judged a lot of performances kind of wrong in a sense. Like, not wrong, but like it really, you really could sense the favoritism a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it just, like, as you can see, like, in most of our faces, like, it just made no sense, like, at all. And, like, that performance right before we left, I, like, actually, like, hurt myself, and I was performing through an injury. So, like,
oh wow,
it just was, yeah, it was. That's why I had everybody wearing gloves, because I had an injury on my hand.
Oh, see, I understand there's only limited time we can, like, show the episodes, but I feel like with Ballroom Culture, like, I feel like it's like, to connect with a person, it's like, I want to see y'all go through the journey, like how y'all get to the performances, the rehearsals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like they should incorporate that more. So if you're on HBO Max, like, I know they got budgets, I feel like they should incorporate that a little bit more. Like, I want to see how y'all get to the product and see the methods, because, like, I heard a couple other people, like, you know, had, like, semi injuries. Only people I think out of my memory that we saw was Ja from the House of Milan. They, like, publicly said it. But yeah, that actually, wow.
Like, they didn't even the episode that our debut episode, Jocelyn almost lost her vision because of her contacts dried up while we were filming.
Wow.
And they didn't even, that's why she was wearing the eye patch. Like, that eye that she had the eye patch on, like, she couldn't see out of that eye.
See, that's crazy. That's not fair, because if, like, I didn't do it, but other viewers probably be like, that the outfit doesn't make sense. So, see, that okay, they should, like, specify more and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't agree with some of the judges on that episode. I personally understood what y'all was giving. What you had agreed, right?
Yes.
I understood the assignment the minute y'all walked on stage, and that's why I didn't agree with Megan saying I didn't see it. I'm like, that's how they literally opened. I understood it from top to bottom. If you didn't tell me what your sin was, I would have knew what it was. That's why I was like, I don't understand. And then when it came,
but it was like at that when they were, what really, like, threw me for a loop is when she said she didn't understand, but she said the same thing for the House of Icon and still gave them a 9 because she wanted to see them next week.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's hard to. I feel like 90% of the time judges were saying stuff, I disagree, because it's like, in a real world, like, it's supposed to be a world setting. If you mess up and don't get it, it's supposed to be lower score. I'm not going to give you a higher score because I want to see you next week. Like, honestly, I feel like y'all should have, if not the winners, the episode would have been at least safe, because I understood it. I understood the assignment, and I don't agree that y'all lost that voguing battle. I don't agree.
I definitely feel like it's a growing experience, and just from my house sister losing that battle, like, it lit, like, this type of fire in her that, like, is, like, so crazy, and I can't wait for everybody to see what she brings to the floor. Like, she's already been, like, releasing stuff and stuff like that, but, like, it's just a new fire, like, and I love to see it. So, like, not every loss is a loss per se. It's just It's just a, you know, fuck, the word is on my tongue. It's just a pedestal in which to grow off of.
Right. Agreed. Now, looking at the judges panel, I already know the answer to this question. If you could replace out of the 4 main judges, any judges, who would you replace them with? Or do you think the judges panel is perfectly fine?
I would replace Megan with somebody who is a more notable dancer as far as like choreography is concerned.
I agree. I didn't know
because you said, I'm sorry, what?
I didn't know she was a dancer. Like, I didn't know that was her purpose for being on the panel.
I'm not sure if that was, but you know, like as far as like the structure of dance competitions go, or like competitions such as these go, there's somebody that's there for the look, which is Law. There's somebody there that is there for performance, the Vogue, which is Naomi. There's somebody who's there for facial expressions, the acting, Jamila. Megan, what do you do? No, that sounded so shady, but not Megan, what do you do? But Megan, what is your contribution to what are your critiques being based off of?
I feel like because I know how certain shows are run. I know people in that industry, and I feel like I'm not dumbing her down to this value, but I feel like her presence is just like, I would say like for views, like you need that one hot person on.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too. That's what I also feel.
There's a lot of celebrities in Ballroom who could be that one hot person on that panel.
Mm-hmm. Definitely agree.
Now, what was your like if you had to break down 2 favorite memories from the show? What would your 2 favorite memories would be?
They didn't even put it in. But my 2 favorite memories would probably be the beginning and the end. And then the first performance, my top had popped, and Megan was like, "Come on, Nip Slid."
Oh wow.
And like it just was like that performance was like the highlight, and then we got beat by the Garçons for that night. But I didn't see how they got how they could have got higher than us, because from watching it there and then watching it like on TV, like it's still boring.
Are you talking about the Grand March?
Yes.
I loved your Grand March. My opinion, I thought y'all was going to be at least in the high, like top 3. I just like the entrance y'all gave, the gold, and pardon me, I forgot his name, but he was the first one to come out.
Oz.
Yes,
King Oz.
He gave me very much Genie on Broadway. Like I was like,
he's so like he has a theatrical, like he's been in musical theater, and like he's really a thespian. Like he was really like I learned so much from him on the show. Like I'm so grateful that because other than Jocelyn, Marlene, and Malik, we didn't really know Oz much. Like we just knew he was a straight man that used to do old way back in the day. But like and that's another thing I'm very appreciative of from this show, like having the time to like actually get to know the people that are in your house, and like it makes you like really have an appreciation for Ballroom. Like, wow, these people, like these are like people I'm like actually around, like, you know.
I didn't know he was a cisgender straight man. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He got a lot of heat like recently from like being in Hills because, you know, toxic masculinity. But like just unnecessary. Like
I don't understand how people can judge somebody like he's on the show, you're not. Leave him alone.
Yeah, like come on, like we're out, people are out here being great, okay?
I don't know how, because you know how they could portray it on TV versus it didn't happen in real life the same way. But the episode of the Sins episode, I think y'all sat down with Tanisha Scott and Jamari saying, you know, how you feel in the competition. When I saw that, like I'm telling you right now, the viewers that's going to listen to this, I was invested. I was a huge fan of the House of Milan because it felt like unnecessary. It was like unnecessarily being beaten down. It was like I don't understand why I got.
Yeah, that's what you can see in my face. Like I was already seeing it. Like I like pre-saw it like as them like as it being projected as us feeling defeated, us being weak. Like even like when they were sitting there, I'm like they didn't put it in, but like they started crying. I'm like, the fuck y'all crying for? We about to go carry. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that.
You said that on camera?
Sure did, but they didn't put it. They didn't put it in, but
for storyline purposes.
What are y'all crying for? There's nothing to cry about. We're going to go out there and we're going to serve how we need to serve. And if they like it, great. If they don't, we know who we are.
That's exactly what I got from it. Because first season, I didn't see too much of that. Second season, this season, it felt like
more real.
It's a show. I guess it's a show, but I don't want to sit and watch a TV and knowing that you're producing this. It's like I felt it. And it's like it didn't make sense because on stage and backstage, y'all be talking and lively. Like the tinsel ball, y'all went backstage. Lively, y'all was doing y'all thing, and it was like it's not giving me like they're defeated. So I'm like, and the way like so the episode happened, I was like, okay, they're gonna go on stage, they're gonna do good, and then they're gonna hit a 180 and start killing the competition. And then when they went home, I was like, I didn't like that. But like, if you was given a chance to be on an All-Star season, would you?
Definitely. Experience and all, I definitely would because I feel like it brought a different type of fire out of me, and I kind of need it again.
Right.
I need it again. Like I need a second go round because I feel like the second go round, like how it's like kind of like it like. I'm a real big RuPaul Drag Race fan.
Oh, you just started following me.
I kind of feel like, Alaska a little bit. Like, I went home this season, but if they have an All-Stars, I'm carrying. It's up.
You just started following me, but everyone who knows me or knows my Instagram page, like, I'm a RuPaul's Drag Race stan. Like, my cousin, he works in the production team for it. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. So I feel like, but I just feel like for this show, first of all, I think more money would be in place. And I think they need better judges for an All-Star season. I don't want to see the same judges for All-Stars.
I don't necessarily mind the judges. I love Naomi.
Oh yeah, Naomi, yeah, stay.
She always, like, that's one thing. Naomi always, like, the critiques from Naomi never felt harsh. They felt like, okay, this is what you need to do, and this is what y'all need to focus on, and boom, 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 and that's what we would work around in our practices.
Yeah, see, I feel like for me, she knows what she's talking about. So it's like I can accept her critiques. Is there like, because I heard from other people, like, when you're on stage, because the normal ballroom scene, it's normal for, like, people to, like, talk back at the judges or da-da-da. Is there, like, any parts that have been edited out where, like, besides Simone's rant, where people, like, came back at the judges?
I'm not necessarily sure if I could say this, but there were a couple. The same night that we had Seven Deadly Sins, they didn't really put in the part where Naomi kind of like went in about how she didn't understand our concept. Like she dragged it. She drags it out. Like she kept saying envy, like, and then she was like, that's how much I didn't see it as greed. So it was.
Maybe I'm just blind. I saw it. I saw it.
I'm listen. I see the comments on the Legendary page. Everybody said we were robbed, but they love to steal gold.
Yeah, I was robbed, and you could tell like when y'all walked off, the mother like all your faces was like really,
right, and
I was like,
like if they would have shown my face, and they also cut out the like they had like a ending excerpt where like I spoke to. They asked me like they said that I was quiet most of the season. And they wanted to hear from me, so I spoke, and they never put it in.
See, then why do that?
Like, that's my thing. Like
why would you do that? I know. And that wasn't the first... Because Malik battled the episode before that. See, okay, that's another one. You may not agree. I don't agree that y'all should have battled those 2 times. I don't.
I don't agree with that either.
Because... Law for other people's performances was like, oh, that's the error. You have to get it's the error. What y'all did was the error to like the T. And like I think one person's critique was like, oh, y'all matched the time period because everyone was different, but then other judges was bashing you because of it. I'm like, I got it. I got the sense.
And that's that's the idea we were going for. We were all going for people from the same era: Donna Summers, Don Cornelius, Rick James. All disco legends, like, so it was like kind of crazy, like, to say that we didn't look best dressed. I feel like I looked nice. Like,
all y'all did, like, I got the reference. Like, I don't understand, like, when they're watching your performances, are they drunk? Like, because I understand what y'all give.
It's
not hard. It's like, open your eyes, look at it.
Like, it's not, and it's just like, it makes you actually wonder, like, what are y'all on?
It's just, I don't understand. I don't get it. I think it had, in my opinion, but without the judges' critiques, I think it had an amazing run on the show. I think y'all did the damn thing.
Thank you.
Because I watch too much Drag Race. I feel like there should be an episode where they should have a comeback episode.
Fun fact: I don't want to say talent handler, but he was like the talent producer, or like he like basically took care of us. Like, he worked on a lot of seasons of Drag Race.
Oh wow!
It was like me, like. The celebrities, yeah, like, yeah, oh wow, celebrity, like people that like the people that were like working with us, like the people that dressed us, the people that used to cut our hair, like the makeup people, like those were the real celebrities. Like, they had the stories.
Oh yeah, the one who did your the costumes. What's his name? Johnny or John? Something.
Yes, Johnny Wujak.
I want to meet him in real life. Like,
he's so cool. He's so cool.
Yeah, but back to that. Like, do you think they should have a comeback episode? I feel like they should.
I feel like, I'm not sure what season, if they're gonna do a season 3. I feel like they should. A lot of people say they shouldn't, but I feel like they should. I feel like this is as kind of late as it may seem. I feel like this is really good for Ballroom as far as like seeing the beauty of it, because from season 1 to season 2, it was like 100%, like 360, like the beauty ratio, the theatrics of Ballroom, like, elevated as the season changed. So season 3 would just like probably be just more of a elevation, and I really would like to see it.
Right. I feel like Legendary has the potential and the power to be like a Drag Race franchise. And I feel like it should be. It should be. Do you agree? Because I saw one comment. I was going through the comments of the page, and I found one comment I wanted to ask you. Do you agree with people saying that certain houses and people are like pushed or produced to stay on the show the whole time?
No, I don't really think that. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like notoriety is a thing.
True.
I feel like Honey already being known might have gave the Balenciagas an edge a little bit. But I also know how hard the Balenciagas work. Like I know how hard all of us work. Like it was times where we all had to. We were all like we were all in. We would be practicing in the studio. Then we would have late night practices. Then we had practice in the room. We would be so tired at production, fall asleep in the trailers. Like all of us work hard. All of us worked very, very hard. So I would never like say that anybody had more of an edge than anybody because we all some talented motherfuckers that was just trying to bust our ass. That were busting our ass to make this great. You know?
Y'all are really talented. Y'all are really, really talented. I give my hats off to y'all. Like, I want to walk a ball one day and join the house, but y'all confidence is on a whole different level.
Well, if you're in New York, correct?
Yep.
There's a ball on the 29th of this month. So there's actually two scenes in Ballroom. There's what we call the mainstream and the Kiki scene. The Kiki scene is like for the youth, like it starts with like people from like ages like as young as I think the youngest person to walk was like they were like 8 or 9 or something like that.
8, like 9? What? Wow.
No, I think Day Day and it was two heterosexual boys, like the little boys, but they really enjoy Vogue, and I think they're like 13. I might be wrong. They might be 13, but they recently did an MCM ad, and they were voguing in the street, and it was so dope. But
that's cool.
Yeah, they're from the Kiki scene, like, and that was the first scene that I was introduced to. Like, it's like a whole different, just as beautiful as the mainstream is, the Kiki scene is, like, but it's all youth, like, it's all like people like millennials making all of this stuff happen. Like,
that's cool. I got to see one of those.
Yeah, there's one. I'll definitely send you the flyer. There's one on the 29th. It's early, so it's like at like 2-3.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so it'll be a really good time. Be a really good time. I'm supposed to be walking that ball too.
Yes, I might walk. See, the thing is, like, I want to Vogue because I grew up dancing hip hop. I can do all that stuff, duck walk. It's just when I watch like the balls and look at Legendary, I'm like, these people is spinning and dropping off tables and back. No.
Well, you don't necessarily have to do that because I can't. I mean, I can, but I don't do that. Like, it's not. Vogue is your own like interpretation. Like, people like doing like how Vogue and how they Vogue is like their interpretation of Vogue, like their dramatic interpretation of Vogue, or their like more. I'm more soft than anything. So like my interpretation is more delicate, it's more poses, it's more melts, it's more posture. So it's just like you find like when I was watching, I would watch and find what I felt would suit me, you know?
Right. One last question. If you was to give advice to a future house going on the show, what would you tell them?
Well, what my house and I would do is don't spend time arguing about unnecessary things. If you try a choreo 3 times and it doesn't fit, or you guys don't really feel the way it fits, scrap it. Arguing in front of the producers is very unprofessional. So if you guys have a grievance or you don't like something that someone said, or save it for when you guys are back in your hotel rooms, and then you have your discussion. Sleep is very important. Sleep is very important. Make sure you eat in the morning. Make sure you have. I mean, we used to have groceries, so I used to make sure I had like a little sandwich for everybody in my little to-go bag, just in case. Like, I mean, they have craft services, but like, you know, when you're in the trailer, like you're already in your makeup and stuff, like sneak a little sandwich, like, and always remember to have a day to just bond as a family, like whether it's like a facial day or like you guys order pizza and just like talk, like just it's like the bonding aspect is the most important, because after this, like, you want a long lasting relationship with the people that you were on the show with. Like you spent like every waking moment with these people, so like you want to like keep a lasting relationship with the people that you spent the time with. So like, and also I would also say I have a lot of advice for somebody who would go on the show. If you feel some type of way about something, don't hold it in. If you don't like something about a choreography, don't hold it in. If you need to take 5, take 5. Tell the people that you need to take 5 minutes to cool down if you're frustrated or if you're upset about something.
Okay, that was really good advice. Thank you all for accepting this offer to interview me. I'm a huge fan of the show Ballroom and huge fan of the House of Milan.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to tell them? Any projects you have coming up?
I don't really have anything necessarily coming up. The only thing I can say is probably watch out for West Ball. That's going to be on July 10th.
Oh, I heard about that.
That ball is going to be something insane. It's in North Carolina.
I might have to go.
Definitely. If you can tip out, you definitely should, because it's really going to be a very, very big thing. Like, so like sometimes with like big ball weekends, they normally have like a Kiki ball. Like, that's going to be insane. I know the West Ball, the Aftermath, that's going to be insane. Every performance category is for at least 1,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be like really crazy at that ball.
If they have realness, I'll be in there.
Definitely. But I'm going to send you the flyer. I'm going to find it right now and send that on to you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to get the flyer for you, and I'm going to send that to you.
Okay. Thank y'all for listening, and please, I'm going to put all his social media links in the link below. Please give him a follow. Please support him. His house is iconic. Follow his other house members, too. They'll be in the description link below. And thank y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next one.